Welcome to the Youth1 Spotlight. I am your host, Ryan Oliver, and today I'm very excited because I am joined by our rising talent from the 2026 class, Marist Royal. Marist, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Marist, I'm doing really well. Thank you for joining me. This is actually our second interview. We did an interview about a year ago, and I was looking back at that interview. I want you to update me on how you feel like you've progressed as a football player since our last interview a year ago, and kind of what's going on with you. Where are you playing now?
I'm starting to play a lot more offensive line. Last year I made a lot of progress because since last year, I've gotten much better on the offensive line in terms of my hand techniques and my footwork. And because of last football season, I was able to compete against people that were a year and year and a half older than me.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that was something you were going to do on our last interview. Tell me a little bit about what that experience has been like, kind of playing against a little bit of older competition. Have you felt like that has helped you gain anything?
Yeah, it helped me. It did help me a lot because people around my age group, they definitely weren't as physical as the kids that are much older. But even though they were older, I was still able to handle the competition and compete with them.
Absolutely. Maris, I know that you refer to yourself as kind of like an athlete. You play a variety of positions. I know you mentioned playing offensive line now. Do you still play a variety of positions? Tell me a little bit about the positions that you do play.
I'm on the like I said before, I was on the offensive line, but I can still play a lot of other positions. Like I can do tight end, or I can do inside linebacker and defensive end,
Uh,
or
which,
fullback, or
yeah,
fullback.
which one's your favorite, Maris?
It's really kind of a tie between offensive line and tight end right now.
I got you. I got you. And Maris, remind me, how long have you been how long have you been playing the game of football in general? And tell me what your favorite aspect of playing is.
I've been playing since I was about 7 years old, and since then, it's always been this way. My favorite aspect about football is definitely just hitting people.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, that's always fun. That was what drew me to it too back when I was younger too. I totally get that. Maris, in your own words, what would you say your strengths are on the field?
Definitely my strengths would be I'm very coachable, I would say. I'm a good leader, and I can really just go anywhere that I'm told to and just compete.
Yeah, Maris, you mentioned your leadership. That's something I actually wanted to ask you about. Do you feel like your leadership has evolved over the past year?
Yeah, it has. I've definitely become more outspoken and not as sometimes would be quiet in the locker room.
Yeah.
Uh, I've definitely spoken up a lot more, communicated more with my coaches, and just gotten better as a leader overall.
Yeah, I think that that's something that when I talk to athletes, like I'll interview them one year and I'll talk to them again a year later, they seem to feel more confident in themselves and their ability to lead because they're just a little older, a little bit more mature, and you've gone through, a year more of experience. So I think that that's really good that you're finding a level of comfort in your voice as a leader in the locker room. I think that's really cool. Maris, for someone that hasn't seen you play, if I come to a game where Maris Royal is playing football, what can I expect to see from you?
You'll definitely be able to see a lot of physicality. I like to play old school, but you might see me hit hit a guy, knock out on his butt one play, and then the next play see me run a route and catch a pass.
Absolutely. I think that's really cool. I think the versatility that you have is an awesome skill, part of your skill set. Um, is there an area of your game you look at, Maris, and you say, okay, if I can get better in this specific area, I can take my game to another level? What is that area for you?
I'm still definitely working on getting better at the techniques. I feel like definitely since I was recently accepted into Don Bosco about a month and a half ago, I'm definitely gonna be able to need those skills going
Yeah.
in for my freshman year. So yeah, just getting down the techniques on the offensive line.
Well, congratulations on that, by the way. I think that is really awesome. So, I'm happy for you in that regard. Um, Let me ask you a little bit about your short term and your long term goals in terms of both life and football. Can you share with me some things that you look to achieve in the future?
Definitely, definitely going into Don Bosco if I can, and I grow a little bit taller, gain a little more weight. Hopefully, I can get on the varsity team, whether I'm starting or not. I think it'll be a great experience. But definitely farther in the future, it'll definitely get to a D1 school, get drafted to the NFL, and like I said last year, become the youngest player to ever be drafted into the NFL.
Yeah, I like that goal. I remember that was one of your goals from last year. I'm glad that that's still a goal of yours. I think that that is a very cool goal, and I think that you should keep doing what you're doing and working hard, both as a student athlete, both in the classroom and on the field. I know you're working hard at both. I want to ask you a little bit about some off the field stuff. Update me on your hobbies. Update me on what Marist Royal likes to do outside of the game of football.
I like to play Madden, I like to play a lot of Madden, just get in, be like a coach and do all
Yeah,
the drafting and the scouting and the free agents, get in tune with that. But I also like to do acting. That's also one of my bigger hobbies. And when I go into Don Bosco, I hope I'm going to continue acting in the theater department.
that's really cool. I love that for you. I think that theater and like drama class and stuff like that is really cool, and it's a good way for young people to like express themselves and learn different skills. So I definitely think that that's a really cool hobby you have there. Maris, I want to ask you this: is there anything else that we should know about you that we may not know that you'd like to share?
I mean, uh, I'm a besides the acting part and the Madden part, I definitely like to hang out with my friends a lot. I like to, if depending on what kind of area I'm in, like to walk around, like see new places.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoy traveling a lot. So
That's really cool. See, I always ask that question because I think that you never know what interesting thing like that you like to travel. Like that's a really cool, I think that's awesome. When I was younger, I actually didn't like to travel, and I regret that now that I'm older because I'm like I wish I was more open to going places as a younger person. So now I think that is really cool for you. Like explore, life is like your oyster, like just take it all in. You're young, enjoy everything, enjoy every experience. If you like acting, do theater, like do your thing on and off the field. I think that's really awesome, Maris. I want to thank you for joining me on the spotlight.
thank you so much.